checking out something different right now. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. Big shout out to Larry. Thank you so much for the coffee and the support. So he has requested this song, which is Halfway Houses of the Holy. So many H's there. Heck. By Suit of Lights. I think that's how you would say it. Suit? Sweet? Sweet? No, sweet. Suit of Lights. And I've never heard of this group before. I have no idea what type of music they do, and I don't want to look it up. I want to be surprised. So let's see what I'm getting into. I'm assuming maybe like house, EDM type of music. Let's take a look. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have reaction requests, please go to my Coffee page or Patreon. It helps out a lot. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on, and let's go. That melody in the background.
And so many will die undone. The world that turned, the house they burned, they shake the urn, they hold the dead horse ash. Whisper midnight into temptation, to faithful congregation. You're doing your part for creation.
Interesting sound design. There were some things in here that felt like you could say a hybrid of different genres. It's like it fit well in one genre, and then other aspects were like added, just like different elements on top of an already established element. I'll try to explain somehow. First things first, we hit the like. I will now subscribe, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. By the way, I do have the lyrics up to the side. So this is from maybe 2009. It was published 2017. Visiting Hours Music BMI. Maybe that's the company foundation. Oh, it says right there, released on September 9th, 2009. 999. Okay, I'm watching it. Really? That long ago? 17 years ago it came out. Huh. Okay. And I have the lyrics over here. All right. Me. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to read some of the lyrics right now just so I can get it fresh back in my head. This is on Bandcamp, by the way. The winds of changes are a blowing, a painful groan, a sick cologne, a single tone between the right and wrong. The praying hands of molestation will pray for your salvation. Your house falls apart, broke foundation. Welcome to your purgatory. That's the part that I remember the most. It was like the chorus, you could say. And you constructed it yourself. You're living in the hallway houses of the holy. Halfway houses of the holy. I'm trying to like paint a mental picture of what that could look like. And in the context of purgatory, afterlife, the spiritual realm, then yeah, it kind of leaves you in this limbo, like you're neither here nor there. And so this goes along with the ghostly sound design that I'm getting from this band here, and I think it's by the keyboard that they're using. Sounds a little bit like an organ, but not as deep, not as profound. I think it may just be like, you know, a keyboard of some sort. But the notes that they were using, very high pitched, and in contrast with the heavy sound of like metal that we're hearing, it creates this kind of environment of heaviness in a ghostly setting. You know what this reminds me of? Like kind of like Mr. Crowley by Ozzy Osbourne, something of the sort. And his voice, I think it's got a particular how would I describe it? Maybe like a tone to it, an accent. I wonder where the singer is from. I don't think he's native from the United States. I mean, I'm not sure, but I kind of hear a little bit of an accent there, which makes me curious. But going back to the lyrics here, and so many will die unknowing the world that turned, the house they burned. They stake, or sorry, this is kind of small on my screen. They shake the urn that holds the dead horse ash. Whisper, lead not into temptation, to faithful congregation. You're doing your part for creation. A lot of rhyming there. I see it. Okay. Can't find your way back to the shores of Acheron. I was gonna try to find a reference for that, but I see here. Service for pay, another whore of Babylon. So they're making like biblical references here. Welcome to your purgatory. And you constructed it yourself. You're living in the hallway houses, or the halfway houses of the holy. This song is kind of like putting the blame on you, saying whatever you ended up, this is your own doing. Semper memento mori, because there ain't room enough in hell, and heaven is another story. This is kind of dark. I mean, it is and it's not. The sound itself, yeah, it's kind of, you know, it's got this metal, but it's not a continuous flow. There are like segments in here, and I think that's what makes the song or this style particular. I don't know if all the songs from Suit of Lights are like this, but I can hear like a distinct, you know, like segmented, like pausing. You hear this sound, then you maybe going to something else, just a melody or whatever, or let it breathe, and then go into another sound. Let me hear that again. Hold on, let me reconnect the headphones here. Yes, that's what I needed. Still, technical difficulties? I've done this before, don't worry. Okay. So you hear the heaviness on the surface, but underneath is that like lingering melody. Those notes. Dun, 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 dun. Transition. Now we're more focused on the vocals here.
The world that turned, the house they burned, they shake the urn, they hold the dead horse ash. Whisper midnight into temptation.
I'm really curious to know where the singer's from. Let me know, maybe Larry or whoever's listening too. My intuition tells me maybe Korean, because I have reacted to a lot of K-pop and, Asian artists that sing in their native language as well as English, and I could hear a little bit of that here. Watch me be completely wrong. They're just flat out American, and I'm just wrong. Shores of Babylon. And I forgot to mention this, there were some parts of like this staticky texture. Where was it? Interesting choice to end it that way, on like just the pure basic notes instead of on a heavy drop that is maybe expected of this genre. But like I said, this may be like unfamiliar territory for me. It's hard to describe this genre. I wonder if there is more information about this band, Suit of Lights, Joe Darone. Okay, so it's Joe here. Suit of Lights band. The AI is thinking. Suit of Lights is an indie rock band formed in New Jersey in 2004 by singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist Joe Darone. So I was a little bit off maybe with my assumptions of an accent. Formerly of the Fiends and Rosenbergs. So the founder is Joe Darone. He does the vocals, the keyboards, and the guitars. In 2004, this kind of blows my mind because for some reason it's a sound that I could expect like now. It's being created now, even though it has some elements of, like classic rock or classic metal. But this, maybe it's clean. There's a lot of like the sound is very crisp. They don't like to muddy it up or overwhelm it with like different layers or instrumentation. They're just kind of keeping it neat and clean, and for that reason it sounds like it's more like fresh, more like recent, I guess. Debut album released their self-titled debut album Suit of Lights in July 2005. Later work followed up with projects like Break Open the Head and independent singles including The Empty Vault and Tug of War. Well, I am curious to check out more from this band, so if you guys have suggestions, please comment down below, subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.